It is currently 5:55 a.m. and I am an hour and 26 minutes away from my destination. Just arrived to the River Falls Plantation Golf Course here in the Greenville area of South Carolina, and I came up here today to hang out with and play some golf with my good friend Rick from the Retro Rick YouTube channel. Rick, I'm gonna let you take it away and just tell people who you are and what your channel is about.
Sure. So mainly 80s and 90s nostalgia, and I collect. So I collect video games, the toys I grew up, probably that you grew up with too, like all this stuff that's just like, it just hits you, man. It hits you with all that nostalgia. But within that, kind of my shtick is I get all of it for free by reselling. So that's kind of like something I pride myself in. I go to flea markets, thrift stores, I buy, you know, big lots of games, you know, 20 games. And then from there, I keep the 2 or 3 that I need for my collection, and I sell off the rest to kind of recoup that money. So it's a blast, and I've loved this guy's channel for a long time. And we kind of cross paths in the reselling, you know, community. So I'm excited to hang out.
I think somebody, maybe like 8 months ago, somebody commented on one of my videos, like, "Hey, you should watch Retro Rick's channel. It's really cool." And I was like, I'll go check it out. And ever since then, I've just been glued to his videos. Coming from like a millennial, like I'm 30 years old. He's a little bit older than me, and so if you're in that age range, like 25 to 35, his channel is just so nostalgic. And I'm super excited to get here on the golf course, talk shop with him, and we'll probably just turn on the camera when we start talking about stuff, just to let you guys get an inside peek of what it's like when two YouTubers hanging out. I just want to quickly jump in here and give you guys an idea about how this video is going to be formatted today. The first part of it is going to be on the golf course. We're just going to be having fun, cutting up, talking about YouTube and that side of things. And then near the end of today's video, we're actually going to go to a couple pawn shops and thrift stores looking for items to flip. So stick around for that. We just had a really good conversation about like how to choose your name on social media or YouTube. And of course, Rick's YouTube and Instagram name is Retro Rick. And we were talking about how if you pick a name that like Rick just said, pigeonholes you into a certain category. Like you said, retro gamer was like one of the
retro gamer was what that was like the one I was thinking about doing, but I'm like, I don't want to just do games my whole life. You know what I mean? If I do YouTube,
it doesn't leave the door open for any like diverse content.
Shoe seller.
Yeah, the shoe seller.
Yeah, and I even thought about that with retro being on the front of my name. Yeah, is everything will be retro.
Eventually.
Like, so I mainly
I
mainly do like video games. So it's like, it's weird to think like the Wii is about to be 16, 15 years old. Yeah, it's like that is like borderline retro now.
That's
so
retro.
There will always be that next generation. So
absolutely. Just a quick update. I knew Rick was good at golf, but I didn't know he was this good.
Well, I played golf all through high school and college. And if you guys have ever seen my channel, you can tell I really love video games. Like, I am all in. That's how I used to be with golf. Like, I loved it, man. It was my life.
I can't imagine how good you were back then. If that was like, if you were more focused on golf back then than you are now, based on how good you are now.
I was all right.
I can't believe it, man. Look at that swing. Get in the hole.
Go.
Wow. It might be in the hole.
That was good.
So we're out here playing, and Rick is finally starting to film some stuff for his version of today's video, and he pulls out his phone, and I'm like, do you film everything on your phone? And everything. Every single thing.
So when people are like, I can't start YouTube, I need a phone, I need all this stuff, I use my freaking iPhone. Like, seriously, I'm not even kidding.
No cameras. I mean, a channel, how many subscribers do you have now?
Just at 80,000.
80,000 subscribers, averaging, what, about 1 million views a month?
Yeah. iPhone. Crazy.
Freaking iPhone, man.
iPhone.
So this is his shot. There's the hole. There's my shot back there.
Not bad.
Sounded fat. If you guys haven't seen Rick's channel, you should definitely check it out if you like, you know, like we were saying earlier, like retro 80s, 90s stuff. I have yet to see somebody with like a better collection that makes me feel so much nostalgia. So Rick, what is like your favorite item in your collection right now?
So I have a game called Earthbound. It's my favorite video game of all time. It's worth like, I don't even know, $250 to $300 bucks just for a loose cart. And I bought mine at a pawn shop for $3 when I was a kid. Wow. And it's actually the game that helped me to start reselling. I was reselling when I was like 12 years old on eBay, and that was the game that helped me get into collecting and to start reselling. So been a reseller at heart, and that game has been both nostalgic for me just to play and obviously for the side hustle.
What's up, Goose? Got to go all the way back here to get Rick's ball. Out drove him on the layup.
You did. You hit. What'd you hit though?
5-iron.
I hit 7.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course you did. So Rick, you said you got into like reselling when you were like super young, like 10, 11, 12 years old or so, buying stuff from pawn shops and flipping it on eBay back in the 90s. What was that like your first like business venture? Like in
like lemonade stand?
Yeah, like because I feel like a lot of resellers were natural born entrepreneurs. Like my whole life I've had these like ideas trying to make money, and now finally found one that actually makes a good amount of money. So like, have you tried other things with your entrepreneurial spirit?
Yeah, I think I mean YouTube.
Yeah,
that's literally I feel like part of it. It's like when you have a YouTube channel and if it begins to do well, it's a literal business.
Speaking of treating your YouTube channel like a business, I want to take a quick second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. The entire platform is curated for learning, so there's no ads. They're always launching new premium classes. That way you can learn what you want, stay focused, and follow wherever your creativity takes you. Although this YouTube channel is about reselling and not YouTube, I often get asked a lot of YouTube related questions, and there's actually a new class on Skillshare called YouTube Success, Script, Shoot, and Edit with MK BHD. This class is taught by Marquez Brownlee. He's one of the top YouTube content creators on the platform right now, and it is an awesome class. If you are someone that wants to start a YouTube channel or grow a current YouTube channel into something more significant, I could not recommend this class to you enough. If there's anything you want to learn in life, or maybe something you just want to improve your skills on, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Skillshare class out there available for you. If you guys haven't tried it yet, now is a great time to do so. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description of this video will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare. Thanks so much to Skillshare again for sponsoring today's video.
Like I had to get incorporated as a business this last year.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is I've always wanted to have a business, and then I have to give my wife always reminds me, she's like, well, you have one.
Yeah.
Like that's what YouTube, if you're on YouTube and it's you're making videos to potentially be profitable, it is that. But yeah, I mean, I come back to how I grew up. My dad's always been a reseller, so shout out to my dad. He was a used car salesman, and then I grew up going to auctions with my dad.
Yeah.
Like midnight, I'm asleep in the auction chair. So like I grew up seeing things and my dad flipping them, and that's how I got into it. Really young, I sold an Atari Jaguar. Have you even heard of that before?
Nope.
It's like the equivalent to N64. It was Atari's last console.
Oh wow.
I got that at an auction for like $10, like in mid 90s. Just a little bit later, like late 90s, and I sold that on eBay as well, and I sold that for like $60. So it's just like in me, right? Yeah. It's just like my family did it. So how about your family? Are they resellers at all?
No, both
first generation, right?
Yeah,
here.
My mom and my stepdad are both nurses.
Okay.
And but I remember even as a little kid, like we had in school they'd make you like sell like chocolates or like candy, wrapping paper, and I really wanted a skateboard in 8th grade, and it was like $150, and I didn't have a job, and our school we were selling chocolate. And it was like the first, whoever sold the most chocolate in the entire 8th grade got like $100.
Was it Carmelo? I feel like that was the candy
I think
bar
it was.
We sold.
But it was hard because it wasn't selling chocolate. It was like pre-orders. So I was literally going around with a little form to like random strangers knocking on doors. I was like 13 years old. And like
different day.
Yeah.
Different day.
Hey, do you guys want to buy these really expensive chocolates from me now? Pay me now, and then I'll come back in 6 weeks and deliver them for you. And they did. They bought them. I came in 2nd place. I got $50 from that competition, and I used it to put towards buying my skateboard.
I have always done the reselling thing. Like I've always kind of steered away from manual labor.
Yeah. Anything to avoid actually working.
I'm not like I go to Weed Eater or anything like that. And my friends would always be out. Like they wanted a skateboard, they wanted a bike, and they would do that. And I was always like, I'm gonna resell something, man. And it's just and I don't think I'll ever stop doing it. Like
no.
It doesn't matter if something crazy happened and I gained a business and it was $1 million business. I just like it. I like the thrill of the hunt, finding that thing.
Dude, Gary Vee, he's got a mouth on him, but he's such an entrepreneurial spirited guy. And he said in a conference, he was talking about like going to garage sales. He's like, there's no better feeling than going to a garage sale, because you could potentially find something for $2 and sell it for 80 grand. And he's like, for me, it's not even about the 80 grand, because I got paid more than that to speak to you guys here tonight.
Yeah.
But it's about the thrill of finding something. Even if it's not 2 into 80, it's 2 into 10. He's like, that emotion that is tied to that treasure hunt is far greater than any amount of money you can ever make in a traditional business.
Yeah.
So Rick, how long have you been doing YouTube?
Just over 2 years. 2 years, 4 months.
So in the process of, you know, developing your channel, in the beginning, obviously it's tough for everybody. Everybody on YouTube has started from 0 subscribers. So what are some things that kind of helped you along the process of growing your channel and getting through that first, you know, probably 6 to 12 months of slow growth?
Sure. I think the biggest thing is I just always think, as I make a video, I think value. What is the value add to someone's life? Is it entertaining, or is it educational? Like, are they learning something? And for me, I try to add both, especially with mine. I have a series where I've built a video game collection from $10, kind of like the whole the paperclip situation where someone got a car from a paperclip. So in that, I'm trying to gain or show value and educate them in all of that. So I think a lot of YouTubers start out and they don't think about that. They just start making videos. I know in my community, it's a lot of like game pickup videos. It's like, you know, they sit down in front of their couch and they start talking about the games that they picked up. Now, I'm not saying that can't ever do something, but it's very them focused. You know, it's almost like I always imagine going to Target and I see somebody, I'm like, hey, come over here. I want to show you the games I just bought. I'm like, that's a little strange. It's like you're just showing yourself. So it's like, what's the value add? That's one of the biggest things I always think. It's like, how are you helping anybody?
Yeah. Same thing in the reselling community. I've seen a lot of videos when I first started, you know, 2 years ago for me as well. A lot of reselling videos were like thrift hauls or like Ben's haul videos, just people sitting on their couch talking about what they got at the thrift store. And those did well for a while, but it's been a couple years since I've seen a video like that get any significant traction on YouTube. I think that ship has sailed. People want more than that. They don't just want to see what you're picking up. I mean, some people maybe do, but for the most part, if you want to grow your channel and get significant, you know, views and subscribers, I'd probably focus on, you know, agreeing with what Rick says, like focus on content that provides value. Like the thrift hauls do provide value if you talk about like what you buy and what it's worth. But maybe add some more entertainment in there as well to make it a little bit more easier to watch.
Rick definitely beat me at the golf course, but now we're headed to the pawn shop to see if I could beat him.
All right, guys, so we came to this little spot. There's a pawn shop right here and a thrift store over here. I'm not sure if we're gonna find anything today, but we're gonna head into both of these locations, see if we can find any cool video games or retro stuff, retro Rick.
I'm always in for that.
Or anything else we can flip for a profit.
We got into this pawn shop. The first thing I did was come back here to the small electronic glass case. I found a DJI Osmo action camera, little GoPro battery charger back there. A lot of these items were kind of expensive, but we were able to walk away with 3 things from this glass case.
3 things from the case. I've got $80 in cash. Does that sound like a deal with you? I think full asking was 85. Yeah. So we just left this one pawn shop, Palmetto Pawn and Gold. That guy in there was super nice. He was running a business, but he also like recognized the fact that we buy and resell, and he gave us some really good prices. Unfortunately, Rick didn't find anything that he could pull the trigger on today, but I picked up 3 things I think is pretty cool. We got a DJI Osmo action camera here. It's not new, it's used, but it has in the case, it's basically like the DJI version of a GoPro. This thing, even in used condition, actually sells for about 140 to 150 bucks free shipping on eBay. He gave it to me for 50 bucks. That's awesome. He had this TI-84 Plus Silver Edition calculator in there for $50. And he's like, what are you willing to pay for it? And I was like, it's gonna sell for like 50 on eBay, you know, as long as it works. So I offered him 25 on that just because he gave me such a good deal on the camera. And then I picked up this GoPro charger and battery for 10 bucks. Paid him $80 in cash for everything, so I'm super happy with that deal. I believe this is probably going to be our last stop of the day. Rick has to get back and turn in his rental car and get back to the airport, so hopefully we can find something here. We were at Carolina Thrift Store, super small little family-owned thrift store off the beaten path, off the main road here. The reviews on Google were really good. The photos that we saw on Google were really cool looking as well, so hopefully they have some good stuff. They got a pretty good DVD section in here. Okay. CDs.
So you don't like a DVDs again? It's just not something that you really tapped into.
No, in terms of DVDs, it's almost like books to me. Like I know there's probably money there, but I just don't have the patience to go through and look for it.
Yeah, and I get that. And I think for me, I know which ones at this point that I've looked up before.
Yeah.
So basically what I do in this scenario is I'm already seeing a couple that I've never seen before. Like this one I don't know, and this is what I'll do. I'll kind of go through all of these and just kind of pull down the ones that I think look a little obscure.
Yeah.
And then I'll look up just those, because it would take, I mean, how long just to look through all of these?
A long time.
In terms, so,
a long time. Do you have any luck flipping CDs?
You know, the only CDs I do well on typically are if I like get a bunch of classic rock together, and if I get them really cheap. So my thrift store in town sells CDs for $1 each.
Oh wow!
So what I'll do is I'll get a bunch of Eagles, you know, Led Zeppelin, a bunch like that, and then I'll bundle them all together, and I can usually get $40-$50. And if I only got $5 into it, you know, I can do pretty well. So I'm gonna dig through these, and we'll catch up and see if there's anything in here worth checking out.
Cool. Whoops. All right, guys, so I came in here and I was looking at all of the electronics in the back. Things are a little bit pricey, but I have found a few things that are worth paying up for. I got this Sony Handycam right here. Always on the lookout for these bad mamma jammas. This is the DCR TRV460. Sold comps on this, depending on how many accessories and things are with it, can be as high as $200 free shipping. So I am going to pay up for this. The price they want on this is 75 buckaroonies. So we're going to pay up for that. I did turn it on. Everything looks like it's working. It's got an extra battery. It's got the case and all that stuff. So I really think we can get close to 200 bucks for this. That'd be worth paying 75 for. And then I found this Black & Decker mouse sander, brand new in the box, never opened, 35 bucks. But the sell-through rate on this is insane. It's over 300% sell-through. 1 listed, 3 sold. And sold comps are around $80. Either free shipping, I think there's 2 $80 for free shipping and 1 $80 plus shipping. So I definitely think 35 bucks is paying up, but I think it's worth it. I came back here to the stuffed animals section and I found 2 Build-A-Bear items. This is a Star Wars bear. It's got the Star Wars tag there. Pretty cool. And we found another Build-A-Bear on this little fin, a little small fin. This is Nemo, Finding Nemo. That's pretty cool. $1 for this one, and I imagine this one's also $1 as well.
You walk around the corner with freaking Nemo.
Hey, it's cute, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Did you find anything else?
I did. I'll show you here in a minute. Ooh, I've had a couple cool things. Man.
This guy is just, he's a maniac when it comes to DVDs and books.
That old school media, man, the obsolete media that people don't care about, I care about. It's weird. A couple cool things I wanted to see. With books, did you read books back in the day, like when you were a kid? Goosebumps, anything like that?
Yeah, I used to read Goosebumps. I used to read the Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Okay.
Red Badge of Courage. Shout out, first book that made me cry.
Okay. I like it.
I like books.
Well, there's a couple down here that are pretty nostalgic. So I went through most of these. Pretty nostalgic for me. First off, we got some straight up X-Men. Did you do X-Men at all?
Not really. Didn't get into X-Men.
So I think these are 50 cents to $1. So I'm gonna get that. How about the Berenstein Bears?
Okay, you just said it. You said Berenstein Bears.
But I was gonna talk through it.
Yeah.
I feel like my whole life I always said Berenstein.
Yeah, I did
Is that
too.
What you said?
I said I grew up knowing that it was Berenstein, and then everybody's like, no, it's Berenstain.
Y'all tell us down in the comments.
Who's right?
What is actually correct? Is it Berenstein?
It's one of the. It's called the Mandela effect, when like a large portion of the population like remembers something one way, and it's actually not that way at all. It's really weird.
It is. Next up is the California raisins.
I remember those.
Do you really?
Yep.
Okay, this is really cool. This is definitely a collection piece that I would get. So you're gonna get X-Men and the California raisins. A Bug's Life. I was gonna see if you knew this. Obviously you do. And then the last one is I found this really cool color activity book. So basically like a coloring book.
Yeah.
It's the Black Hole. It's got this really cool 70s, 80s robot on it, and it looks like this thing has never been colored in.
Wow.
And I looked this up, and it's selling for about 13 bucks.
Wow.
So I'm gonna pick this up. I think I may keep it, but really cool to get these.
I got the 2 stuffed animals. Both of these are Build-A-Bear brand, which always look out for those. This is Nemo.
Okay.
Build-A-Bear, you can tell it on the tag. It'll say Build-A-Bear Workshop. It'll also usually have one of these logos that say BAB on it.
Okay.
I don't know. These are both $1. This one's probably worth like 20. And then the Star Wars Build-A-Bear as well. It's got
how much are they?
$1 each. I haven't looked up comps. That one's 15 to 20 free shipping. This one's probably about the same. It's got the cool stuff on the feet as well.
Nice pickups.
Yep. And just like that, my day hanging out with the famous Retro Rick is officially over. He's got to go head on the airplane and head back to Arkansas. But just huge shout out to you for coming all the way here and like hanging out with me. And
dude, it was awesome.
And willing to. I know you don't have a lot of time off between your job and YouTube and all that stuff. So just the fact that you were able to hang out with me for basically the whole day
was fun. I learned a lot. Awesome. I did. It was fun golf.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that you said, yeah, you want to go golf. I didn't know that you actually played golf, like actually in high school and stuff. So that was really cool.
Yeah, he's definitely better than me. Rick is a really good golfer. Don't let him fool you. It was a blast. It's so fun getting together with like-minded individuals and talking shop and talking life and church and family, and it's just a really. I enjoyed today. Definitely go check out his channel. I'm gonna have it linked in the description of this video. Maybe you have found it already. If you haven't, and even if you're not a millennial, I think you'll really enjoy it if you're 25, 35 years old. But even if you're older than that, he's got great content for all ages, and I really think you guys will enjoy it. So again, huge shout out to Rick. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I truly appreciate your time. If you thought this was a cool video, if you want me to hang out with other YouTubers in future videos, let me know by hitting that like button down below and dropping a comment with some YouTubers that you would like to see me hang out with in the future. Again, thanks to you guys for watching today's video. Thanks to Rick for joining me. Be sure to head over to his channel and hit that friggin' subscribe button. And again, huge shout out to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys again for watching. You're the best, and we'll catch you on the next one.